Hi guys, it's Hannah and welcome back to the Dyslexic Reader. Today we're going to be doing my March 2021 wrap up, which is all the books I read in March, and I'm just going to kind of fly through them and give you a little quick overall of what I read and what I thought about it. I had a really good reading month, 18 books and just shy of 5,000 pages, 4,700 and something. But that's because if you didn't see, I think it was my previous video, I had a long weekend read along where I read all 13 books of the Series of Unfortunate Events series, so that is what boosted my reading next month. So let's start with them. They're all over there. I'm not going to lift them over for the purpose of this video. You can imagine the stack is yay high. It's 13 books. I talked about it more in my video if you want to go and watch it, and even if you just want to go to the end and see what I thought about each book. But so there's 13 books, all written by Lemony Snicket, all in about the 200 page mark, and I think they were all 4 or 5 stars, so that was pretty good. There was 1, 2, 3, there was 5 stars out of the 13, and the rest were 4 stars, so that alone would have been a good reading month. But I also read Unplugged by Gordon Korman, which was a middle grade book about a very spoilt young Californian boy whose daddy runs like a big tech company, and he's always getting himself into trouble. So his dad's like, right, you're going to this unplugged summer camp where you're not allowed mobile phones, you're not allowed anything. And then obviously he doesn't want to be there, but he makes friends and there's a bit of an adventure. And this was just 3 stars for me. It was just okay. I didn't really care about the characters, but it was interesting enough to keep me reading until the end. Then I read The Kingdom of Back by Mary Lou. This is my first ever Mary Lou book, and I really enjoyed it. It was a kind of fantasy about, just checking my star ratings and things here. It was based loosely on Mozart and his sister, and when they were children, and this fairy prince would come to them at night when they told stories and take them to this kingdom of Back, this imaginary kingdom, but it actually turns out the kingdom's real and it's maybe a wee bit more sinister, and it's just a little fantasy story. And I found that it was beautifully written. I really enjoyed Mary Lou's writing, so that is something that I would maybe go back to her for. And the characters were just okay, but it was well written. It was very atmospheric and the plot did keep me intrigued, so I ended up giving it a very high 4 star. The next book I read was The Stalker's Apprentice by, oh, is it sitting up there? M.S. Parr. I'm too lazy to get up and get any of the books today. And this was a book about a guy who works in a publishing house, and he gets sent a manuscript to look over for possibility, like an inquiry. And it's all about a guy who stalked and killed people. And he is obsessed with this girl on the tube that he sees going to work every day, and he starts using the manuscript that he has been sent as almost a guide for how to stalk her. It was really good. There was definitely parts of the book that it was clearly written in the early 90s. There was definitely some slurs and some inappropriate attitudes towards people, but also it was set in the early 90s, and the main character who was thinking and saying these thoughts was a psycho murderer. So do go in that it's maybe not PC language all the way through, but we are talking about a psycho murderer who is on the loose. So the fact that he said some slurs really isn't that surprising, and I don't think it more reflects on the author more than how they were trying to portray the character, but just to let you know that that is in there. And that got a 4 star as well, but a much lower 4 star than The Kingdom of Back did. Then my next one was The Near Witch by Fee Eastwald, who I've read a couple of her books before and had mixed feelings about, and this one was no different. I liked aspects of it and really didn't like other aspects of it, and it just ended up getting a 3 star for me. It's about a village, a very small moorland village, and the main character is in her teens, 16 or something, and she always tells her baby sister about this Near Witch. The town is called Near. Centuries ago there was a witch who lived in the town. It's kind of a local lore. And then the children start going missing in the town, and it's connected to the story of the witch. I didn't really feel invested in the story. I didn't really care what happened. There was no major plot twists or anything at the end. So just a 3-star for me. However, then I read The Ashbourne Boy, which was like a little novella that was a prequel to The Near Witch, and it focuses in one of the characters in The Near Witch. And totally separate story, totally different genre, totally different writing style, no real connection to The Near Witch at all, but it was beautifully written. I gave it a really high 4-star in the end, even though it was only like a little tiny novella. I wish the whole book had been like that. It really got me in the mood for political fantasies, which is what I'm reading at the minute because this sparked it all. And it was so well written. The characters were so good. I could have wrote a whole novel about it. It was fantastic. Really, really loved it. And that was the final one. I then started the Nyx, but I didn't get it finished, so it'll be in the April wrap up. So that was my April, or my March. It was pretty good as far as reading goes, but April's going really well so far for the first week as well. And I'm doing reading vlogs, weekly reading vlogs for the whole of April, because April's always a really good reading month for me. So I thought I would vlog it this year, and that's what we're doing this week. So that'll be our video. Next week will be the first week's reading vlog. I hope you're all happy, healthy and staying safe, and hopefully I'll see you guys in my reading vlogs. Goodbye.